What is neoconservatism, and when did you first begin to notice neoconservative ideals gain prominence in Washington, D.C.?
Well, neoconservatism is a reaction to what was known as conservatism. In the Republican Party, the conservatives were everybody from Eisenhower on down. They eventually became known as Rockefeller Republicans by the neocons, but they were considered to be conservatives. They were in general opposed to everything from the New Deal to most of the big government programs under Roosevelt. They fought against them. They were generally they were fiscally very conservative and socially a little moderate. And that wing of the party, epitomized by Nixon, Ford, and the rest, including, by the way, at the time, Dick Cheney and among others, had been ruling the Republican Party for years. And then along came Ronald Reagan and his ilk around 1976. And when Reagan attempted to steal the nomination and failed, but he set the stage for the rise of neoconservatism in the 1980 election, which he then benefited from and was in fact elected.
So when did you first notice it around Washington yourself?
Well, you noticed it in Washington right away in 81 because Reagan's first budget was a budget which slashed social programs, slashed government programs, and at the same time drastically increased the military budget, which was classic neoconservatism.
And you saw this as a shift from conservative politics in the past?
Yeah, it was a shift from conservative politics in the past in that, first of all, the excessive emphasis on the military, and secondly, the willingness to cut taxes dramatically, and at the same time use that as an excuse then to cut social programs and social spending. Remember, this is the era where Reagan was influenced by what was known as the Laffer curve. It was Arthur Laffer, an economist down at USC, who on a cocktail napkin had presented Reagan with the theory that if you cut taxes for the rich, it was going to then put more money in their pocket. They would then invest, they would then create jobs, and that would benefit everybody down. It became, of course, popularly known as trickle-down economics, and that was something very new. The other thing that you saw with the rise of the neoconservative movement was far less willingness to work across the aisle, far less willingness to be moderate, far less willingness to essentially to do what politics calls take a half a loaf as a victory. And the bomb throwing from the back benches began in 81, 82, and moved on from there.